Hello and welcome to MyFunLife. My name's Ford Fannin.
And my name's Troy Webb. In today's presentation, we would like to introduce you to the MyFunLife Challenge, 10 Weeks to Financial Freedom. Now, for those of you that are already members of MyFunLife, this challenge was created as a plan and a guide to help you build your MyFunLife business. Now, we have a lot to cover in today's presentation, so let's go ahead and get started. First, have you ever thought about ways outside of your daily job that you could generate more cash flow? Well, the truth is, all of us have. Now, MyFunLife has started a fast track to creating wealth program. It has put together a master action plan as a strategy for achieving your goal of being financially free in 10 weeks. Now, the plan is so simple that anyone can follow it. You sign up 3 and 7 days, then you repeat the process.
Exactly. You know, like Troy said, they've put together this plan so that we can stay on track. You share the MyFunLife opportunity with your family and friends and get 3 people to join within that 7-day window. And if you do your job right as their sponsor, you'll help them to get started and to begin their business begin with the end in mind. And that is to see the MyFunLife business as an opportunity so valuable as a chance to never worry about money again. Those people that join your team will create movement toward financial freedom. They will go out and they'll get 3 people to join in a 7-day period because that's what you did. You know, MyFunLife has a saying, life starts at 21. For $21 a month, this is so doable. Everyone can do it. $21 a month gives people an opportunity to change their current situation. This movement is what Team Prosperity wants for our team. This is the mindset we expect for those that join our team.
Now, the intent of what we are trying to do is create a sense of urgency so that you will stay focused on your aim of total financial freedom. What the 10-week challenge is really about is having you understand where this business is going to take you, if you work your butt off. If you take your business serious and if you build your team, you will find success. With the 10 weeks to financial freedom as your goal, you will be steering in the direction that you want to go. Now, we all know that things aren't always going to go according to the action plan, but if you have a plan and you follow the plan, you will exponentially increase your chances of reaching financial freedom if you know where you're going and you have an end goal in mind.
Exactly. And like he said, even if things don't go as planned, if you have this map, if you have this plan that you're following, your chances of increasing your reaching your goals of financial freedom are just that much better. Tony Robbins says it best. He says, the path to success is to take massive, determined action. And that's what we're trying to get here, folks, is to take action and get moving. Without the 10 weeks to financial freedom as a short-term goal, it's very unlikely that you'll ever reach financial freedom. I'm going to be blunt. Without this goal, you have no destination. You have no finish line to cross. Without it, you're basically aimlessly wandering around hoping that you'll make the right turn. And chances are, without this map, you won't have a destination to reach.
Now, by following the 10-week plan to financial freedom, you put yourself on a path to take part in the most lucrative part of the MyFunLife compensation plan, the coded bonuses. Now, when you personally enroll your first team member, you qualify for the Fast Start Club. Now, when you enroll 2 more team members in a 7-day period, you will earn a $21 bonus payment. Now, $21 doesn't sound like a whole lot, but this is where things get really exciting and your commissions can add up in a hurry. Now, when you enroll your 4th, 5th, and 6th team member, each of them are coded to you, which means that every single person they enroll will pay you a $5 coded bonus. Now, there are no limits, and the coded bonus will pay you to infinity as long as your team member is building their business. Now, can you imagine when you throw in the $8 and $10 coded bonuses into the mix? not to mention the check matching and the 3x10 matrix. But let's keep things real here, no hype. The average person on your team is going to do the very minimum, which is just get 3 people. Now, let's say your 4th team member only enrolls 3, and those 3 members enroll 3, and so on. Your coded bonus income potential can still be very lucrative.
Yeah, it's sad to say, but the vast majority of people will never even come close to reaching financial freedom. We don't want you to settle for anything except this financial freedom. I know people that have put in the time and could retire from their job, but are unable to because they weren't able to accumulate enough wealth to create a passive or residual income, and will either work until they die, or they'll constantly depend on others or the government for financial support. And then, the other category, which I myself fall in, are those that go to college, spend on average of $48,000 in student loans to be repaid. And we feel good about this because the end goal is to make 6 figures. The question that you have to ask here, though, is what is the 1 to 3% that are creating wealth doing that I should be doing? Well, the answer is really no secret. There are a few keys that the wealthy understand that the rest seem to be oblivious to.
Now, the 4 keys to creating wealth are, number 1, own your own business. You need to leverage that business. You need to create residual or passive income. And, folks, timing is everything. You need to take advantage of those opportunities when they present themselves. These 4 things are what create wealth. And we'll get into more detail about each one of these. Now, the very first thing that you need to look at when creating wealth is your multi-level marketing business should be thought as your biggest asset. Building your own dream instead of building someone else's should be what you're thinking to bring about. The wealthy own their own business and have other employees build their dreams for them.
Yeah, Troy said that really. I love the way he put that, and it really is, the next thing that we need to talk about is the tax reliefs advantages that the wealthy understand. They understand that owning your own business is really where security comes from. They also understand that the tax advantages alone are reason enough to own your own business and to own your own MyFunLife business. The next thing that we want to talk about is leverage. The wealthy understand leverage. J. Paul Getty said, "I'd rather have 1% of the effort of 100 men than 100% of my own effort." That's because he understands that leverage is power. Leverage is effectiveness, working more effectively. Network marketing, MyFunLife, helps you build a business based on the value of what the company has to offer. Use your efforts as well as everyone else's efforts, and guess what? Everybody wins. The wealthy understand that owning a company that has leverage allows them to make money off more than just their own efforts can amass. Even if you own your own business, say a franchise, for instance, if your business doesn't have leverage built into it, the business owns you. You end up working more hours than you're paid. Remember, the wealthy understand that if you have to do all the work yourself, you have no leverage.
Now, if you don't make enough money, trying to maximize your income should be one of your main goals. Even if you're a goal setter and are financially disciplined and invest in appreciating assets, you'll never have financial freedom if you don't make enough money. There are a myriad ways to maximize your income, but few are as profitable and produce the desired effects as quickly as starting and growing your own business. You can go to school for decades, get promotions, and all in pursuit of that six-figure income. But MyFunLife has the right model and an approach that will get you to financial freedom quicker. Now, the wealthiest people today find ways to work once and get paid over and over. How would it be if you could stop working and keep getting paid? That's exactly what the MyFunLife opportunity and the network marketing profession provides people. You work one time, you build your business once, and that business continues to pay you for the rest of your life.
Right. Residual income. Love it. Now, the timing. Let's talk about the timing. This is where we're going to end up. The timing of MyFunLife is perfect. Getting involved in the very beginning and assembling a team now for $21 a month will pay off big when we move to the growth and momentum stage that MyFunLife will see. The MyFunLife opportunity is knocking. Your investment into this company will pay off because you recognize this opportunity for what it is. Your friends are gonna call you lucky, but luck is when opportunity crosses the path of an opportunist. Take advantage of this opportunity that MyFunLife is presenting to you and start building a team while we are all in the formulation stage of this great company.
Now get in front of the wave and see where you end up. If you're, like I said in the beginning, if you're a MyFunLife member, take this master action plan, utilize it, implement it, and start growing your business today. If you're still sitting on the fence and haven't joined MyFunLife, there's a link below this video that will provide you more information. Check it out. Get started with this. Let's start growing this team together. Let's start creating that residual income that we're all looking for. I hope that you enjoyed today's presentation. Thank you so much for spending the time with us. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.
Yep. If you like this, folks, share it.